Then we're going to take the piece of waves that we've cut out from one of our pieces of paper, and we're just going to adhere that to the bottom. And I'm going to keep the adhesive away from the top part of the waves because I want to be able to insert my boat in there. So I'm just going to try to catch the bottom of the wave on the very bottom of both sides here. And then I'm going to trim that. Trim that just flush with the side there. Okay. Alright, then we can go ahead and we can adhere this whole piece to the card. And just be a little careful when you're putting adhesive over the ribbon that you don't pull the ribbon as you're placing the adhesive. And then I'm going to line that and put that right in the center of my card and try to keep a pretty even border there all the way around. Good. And let's construct our boat now. I've gone ahead and I've attached the mast to the base of the boat. And then I'm going to turn that over and I'm going to use my Zig pen. And I'm just going to put adhesive, this is a liquid adhesive, and I'm going to adhere my sails to each side here. And then a little bit is showing there. I think that's going to cover when I put my sail on. It's going to cover that so we don't have to trim that. I just have a little piece of the designer scrapbook paper that I made into a flag, and I'm going to put that at the top, and you can make that out of any color that you want. And I did put a little bit of foam tape under there so it just raises it up a little bit, gives it a little designer touch. And then the next step is I'm going to place 3 small holes here in the top of the ship so I can place 3 glitter brads. And the next thing you want to do is attach your brads. This is a new bone folder by Martha Stewart, and it has a blade at the top, cutting blade, and then one of the nice things, it has a pair of tweezers down at the bottom, and then I'm going to use, you just twist this in the center and it has a piercing tool and an embossing end, and I'm just using that to make my hole for my last brad here. And then, alright, there we have our little sailboat. So I'm going to put some adhesive on that. Okay, and then we're just going to adhere the ship at a slight angle to appear that it has some movement in there. And the last thing is attaching the clouds. I'll use my Zig pen and attach the clouds. One set of clouds. And there's the front of our card, and we'll move on now to the inside of the card. We're going to cut along the lines we made in the first part, and all you'll do is push this little flap up, and you can use a bone folder on that, and then you just place it back down. And now we're going to open up the card and we're going to reverse that fold. So now when it closes, there's a little step there. I think you can see that on the side, a little step. And we're going to close that up and put that on the inside of our card. Alright, so this is the front part of my card, and I'm just going to align it on the left and right side, equal amount of space, and you don't want it right at the fold or it won't close very well. So try to get even amount of space on all three sides here, and then close the card. And then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to put adhesive on this side. There is a little pop-up here. And what we're going to do right at this point where the pop-up is, we're going to take our little sailboat and a glue dot, a large glue dot, and I'm going to take the large glue dot, and you'll just put it right in the center of that pop-up and pull that off. And now we're going to adhere our little boat. And if you wanted to, in the picture I showed you, I added a little blue strip of navy blue there. That's fine. You could add that. You can embellish your boat any way you'd like. And I'm going to add a little flag. And all I'm going to do now is add the sayings on the top and the bottom. I've outlined this saying with some blue just to make it pop a little bit. And then I'm going to add a little anchor with a pop-up on it and just put that by the side there. And then I'm adding the saying to the top part of the card, and I'm just going to try to have an equal amount of space between all three sides. And there's the pop-up then. Okay, I'm going to add that little blue strip just to give it a little extra professional touch here. I'm just going to add that to my boat and then trim that. Okay, and there you have the inside of the card and the outside. Enjoy!